Guys, welcome. This is Vince, UPS truck. Vince, the Prince. You know me from such films as. Well, I haven't done anything yet, but so here we go. We're in the Halloween neighborhood. Delicious slice of life. As you can see, there's people that still live here, and I'm going to give you the tour. Now, right here across the street, you'll see some condos remade or built up. Back in the day, these were all just houses, like right over here, just normal little houses. The actual Michael Myers house was either like this one or this one, something right around in this area, and this was like a fenced, fenced lot after they took rid of it, after they got rid of it. But basically, they were going to destroy it. And what happened was a few years ago, nobody wanted to let this get destroyed. You don't let the Myers house get destroyed. So what they did was, before they were going to build these, they uprooted it. And they moved it down the street. Now we're going to go show you where the Michael Myers house is. It was there, and they moved it down this way. Let's go see it. Me again, Vince. So they moved it right down the street. This is only just like a block down, really. But as you remember in the movie, Jamie Lee Curtis walked down. She walked by. She walked up to the door. Well, here's the house. Here's the side. You can see back there. That, is it that room? No, that is not the room. The room is right over here where Michael Myers killed his sister. Right over here. Pretty nice, where he just went down and slashed her. Slashed her. So we're going to go over here. So they've repainted it. It's this light blue. Now it's like a chiropractor's office and I think like a real estate office or something like that. It's weird. But they uprooted. They didn't want to get rid of it. They are I love South Pasadena because they're very in tune to their history, especially with film. We're going to go to the front. There's a train coming this way, and I'm going to talk about that in a second, but there's the front of the house. It's about right here where, if this was Michael Myers, the parents came up to him. The dad was like, Michael? It's like right here, roughly, maybe a little bit further down, but it's exactly the same. It's just in better shape. Here's the train, by the way, and we'll talk about this. Would you like to take a peek inside? Let's go.
Can we go inside? Is this starting to seem familiar to you? Yet? Any? What could this be? Why don't we go across the street and we'll find out. Train tracks. Train tracks. We're gonna go across the street here. Here we go. Cars. Train tracks. So you have to go across the street to really notice what we're gonna see. Let's go around the corner here. You still with me, guys? You with me, cameraman?
Yeah, cameraman, you with me? All right. So why don't we, for a second, you see everything back this way, right? You see everything down the street there. Why don't we take a step over here? Nobody can come this way. Well, they can technically, but we'll just step. All right. Now face that way. Right there is the shop, the hardware store, right there. See, this is where Jamie Lee Curtis and the delicious, lovely, I'm in love with her, I've always been in love with her, I love you, Nancy Loomis, where the two of them drove down in their car. Well, it was Nancy's car, and Annie was like, they smoking joints and listening to "Don't Fear the Reaper," don't, and they come up just like this car is coming up right here, and she says, "It's my dad," and they right there is the warehouse, and so they took the left, they pulled up over there, and so really, what we're saying is, if you're with me, Michael Myers' house is right there. It was across the street, right over there. So what we're saying is that the movie was shot all here, pretty much, a lot of it anyway. So they shot right there, and then they flipped it and had her drive this way, and they had the whole warehouse thing. And of course, Donald Pleasance is talking to Sheriff Brackett right over there, and then you have the Myers car was parked right here. Not the Myers car, but the station wagon was parked right here. Did the little turn as Donald Pleasance was over there, standing right there. We're not going to, but we could if we wanted to go lick that concrete where he stood. Let's walk this way. So yeah, it's like interesting, they pull up this way, and nowadays you see this, it's different, but it's still the same kind of, they haven't changed. They didn't get rid of the buildings. Those buildings are still there. They've changed it now, but look at this angle. Look how good that looks. The warehouse. Can you start seeing it? Can you envision it, guys? It's there. It's right there. The trees are up. There's new plants. There's this weird museum thing. There's rocks and stuff, but still, it's there. We're here. We're in history right here. We're going to go find another landmark. This is a surprise, so we're going to take a detour, go to another location. So we're really not far. We only walked 1-2 blocks from where we were a second ago. So take our word for it. It's like a stone's throw away, and we're at the warehouse right there, or at the what store was it? Hardware store. That's it. So now as we're walking this way, this is what we're doing. We got this nice little library over here, and everything's cool and stuff like that. In the movie Halloween, we noticed at the beginning, Jamie Lee Curtis, Laurie Strode, comes out of a house, right? She comes out of like this, house that she lives in. And we see it from the side, a nice side angle with the garage and everything, and she walks out, and it's this nice gray house and everything, and she goes and at one point in the movie, we see her again doing that. She's sitting on a little ledge too, Well, we're gonna see if we can find that little area. It's a fun little area. She meets Tommy Doyle. He's, she's got her pumpkin at one area, one little area and everything, and you just wanna like go to her house and make love to her, don't you? Ooh. Well, I guess we're here, aren't we? So this is the Laurie Strode, the Strode residence, and it looks pretty damn close to the way it looked. First time I've ever seen that garage door, so that's scary. But this is it. This is where she came out. That's the door she came out of right there. She walked right over here, as you can see, and she walked like this. Just like this. She walked over here, and we got a little bit of this. Corner action, stoop action, whatever you want to call it. This is where she sat. And that's it. And guess what they have right there? You see those pumpkins? Why don't you go take a look at those pumpkins? Use the camera. Go over there and look at. Well, I'll go with you. Come this way.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yes, this is the image. You may borrow the pumpkin, have a good time. And there's a little corner stoop, and
that's so cool.
Yeah. Isn't it cool? South Pass. I love it.
That's so cool.
You like that? You like that? We're back. It's the Prince here. We're a few blocks up from the whole neighborhood that we were at. It's walking distance, but, we decided to take a car. In fact, we decided to take that car. That's right. Mine, baby. Pimp. Skimp. Limp. But not this. This is up. Alright, now. So this is what we're doing. In Rob Zombie's remake, reimagining, we've got to call it that because it wasn't a remake. It was a reimagining. We're not going to go into whether I liked it or not. But what we are going to say is that he filmed most of it down in this area in South Pasadena. In fact, if you'll see these walls here, he used these walls that are very similar to what we saw in the original Halloween. He had the three girls in that great scene. Well, the great scene is in Halloween, the original, but he tried to recreate that magic of the Tri-Sisters walking down. We'll get down to the road here, but walking down this little area here, and they're chatting it up, and they're all like, they're all, yeah, fuck my boyfriend, all that stuff, and they're having fun. And he was trying to get that magic of the first one, and I commend him on that. I certainly do. But what's really interesting, what I really liked, is this. As they're walking, the end of their whole conversation, their whole scene, they end it walking around this corner right here. And guess what corner this is? Right here. This is where they came around in the original Halloween, and you have, the two of them over here, and you have Nancy Loomis, and she comes around the corner, and she's like, she does this. I'll show you. Get over here, and you can see this. It's on, right? And she's like, Linda, Lori, I told you guys to stay and wait up for it, And so they stop right here, and then they cross the street in the scene in Halloween. They cross it about right here, I think. Pretty sure it's about right here, maybe right there. And they cross it, and they're walking and everything, and they're doing, Paul got drowned. He got caught in the girls' locking room or whatever it was, locker room or whatever it was, And they're like, exploring uncharted territories. We just talked. He got grounded. His parents grounded him. He got caught soaping windows and throwing eggs or something like that. And then about right here, you have shit. I have a place for that. And then Laurie Strode is like, no, I forgot my science book or whatever it was, or my history book. And then of course PJ Souls like, I always forget my history book. I forget my science book. I forget my chemistry book. I always forget my books. And then Laurie Strode's like, she sees the and the car's coming down the corner right there, and they're pulling up, and she's like, and then PJ Souls like, is that Devon Graham? I think he's cute. And Laurie Strode's like, I don't think so. And then all of a sudden it starts speeding up, and then of course you got the immaculate Nancy Loomis, and she does, hey jerk. You might have to get right here to get this actual. She's like, hey jerk, speed kills. Should I do that again? Hey jerk, speed kills. Kind of like that. And then it, right there, and then she's like, can't you take a joke? And then they walk on right here. And that was the whole scene right there. Just the crossing right over there. You can see the corner. And they cross about right here. And it's very similar, guys. Very similar to them. It looks exactly the same in a lot of ways. The wall is still there. Most of it anyway. I think they actually took down, which is sad. You know what? Guys, this is a sad day. I just realized something. The wall. Let's go back over here. I'll make this quick and simple, but it's painful. This is a sad day, folks. I've been to this neighborhood many times, and the actual wall is gone. The stone brick wall that had been here since forever, and many times I've come here and it's been removed. The stone brick wall has been removed. It started at the base over here, at the corner, but it is now gone. Is it coming back? I don't know. Maybe they just removed it for, cleaning purposes, but I have a feeling it's gone. I'm actually sad. That's sad. It's a beautiful wall. It's a beautiful wall. This is my beautiful car. It's a man. I call him Easy. This is not a woman. Most people name their cars after women. I would normally, but this is a fucking testosterone, you know? This is a fucking man. Call him Easy. But he's mine, and he reminds me of Bob's van in Halloween. Let's go. You ready for this? Let's hope it starts again. So, we are here for the final destination of our little mini Halloween tour. Where we are is not very far away than where we were. You don't have to roll that up. This is South Pasadena. They don't steal shit here. We're gonna walk across the street here. So basically, we're in walking distance from like the Myers house and all that. But why walk when you can drive? We're in LA. So, we get right here, and, do you see the hedge? Let's go take a look. So in the movie, you know, right after the girls did their little, you know, thing where they're hanging out, walking and talking to each other, there's the great moment where, Annie and Lori are by themselves as they're walking. PJ is gone, or I should say Linda is gone. And they're walking. How you doing? And they're you know, walking, just chilling and everything. And they're talking about this and that. And I think they're talking about, I don't know, women. What are they talking about? And then all of a sudden, do you see that? And Annie's like, what? Do you see that? And of course what she's talking about is,
I know.
and then of course, you know, then Annie's just like, oh, subtle, isn't he? Hey, jerk. You know. Or hey, creep. Hey, creep. Hey, creep. Oh, Lori, dear. He wants to talk to you. He wants to ask you out. And then she comes over here. Poor Lori. Scared another one away. There we go. So, we have finished the tour, the mini tour of Halloween. We've got the hedge. Or is it that hedge? No, it's this one. It's definitely this one, yeah. I think. No, I think it's this one. I think we remember. But if it's not, either one, they're there, okay? So, we got the mini tour done. We've got the hedge. We've got the gravestone walkway, you know, as the girls come around. We got the Myers house, we got the Strode residence, all that great walking. We got the hardware store, corner there. There's other spots. The other spots are not walking distance. The location of the Smith's Grove is actually the whole driveway is going up to the Hollywood sign. It's the driveway going up that, and they actually just went back and forth. And then, what else? The two houses like the Lindsay Wallace house and the Tommy Doyle house, they're actually really across the street from each other, and they look similar to each other still, except those are in Hollywood on Orange Grove Boulevard, so you have to go down there to find that, and we don't live there, we live in Alhambra. And, what else? What else is significant in the movie? That's pretty much it. There's, yeah, I mean, there's the school. The school is around here. You know, I could show you the high school and the elementary school, but
About to die.
they're both, we're about to die. Okay, so we're not going to go there. We're just going to wrap up. Guys, it was wonderful. glad you guys were able to make the tour with us. And see you next time, and who knows where we'll be going. Maybe